What's going on, everybody? It's Joe Giunta with Trend Trading Academy. I'm here to help you trade and get paid. Welcome to another edition of Make Moves Monday. Motivation, mindset, and trading psychology. So today, we're going to focus on mindset. I've been doing a little reading, and I found something I think is really mind-blowing when you think about it. So we're going to talk about that today. Don't forget, before we get into that, like, comment, subscribe. Let's go ahead and get right to it. All right, guys, so let's talk about mindset for a minute. Make Moves Monday, we like to talk about motivation, mindset, and trading psychology. So today we're going to talk about mindset, and I've been doing a little research, and I found that something that's extremely interesting. There's a Stanford psychological professor who found that he believes there are two types of overall broad spectrum mindsets, and those mindsets are the fixed mindset and the growth mindset. And both have their strengths and weaknesses, whatever. But pertaining to Forex trading, this is what we really need to kind of get into our mind here, okay? So let's talk about that. The first mindset that we got to talk about then is the fixed mindset. And basically what he found, or what he believes, this psychological professor, is that the fixed mindset, essentially human creativity, intelligence, character, these things are just fixed. They are just the way they are. People are generally just that way. This is how I am. And they don't really grow or improve. I mean, you can get better at a skill set. You can become a better listener by, focusing and forcing your way through it. But essentially, your predetermined mindset of who you're going to be is already fixed, all right? And what you're going to do is you're going to use the tools that you have, and you're going to go after success at all costs. You're going to just go after it with every tool you have, and you're going to be a hard worker, and you're going to, all of that is good, okay? So yeah, I mean, there's really nothing wrong with using the tools that you've been given, right? If you were born as a natural critical thinker, you're really good at thinking things through, use that, right? If you've been born and you just have this never quit type attitude, then awesome, use that. There's a lot of things that are essentially predetermined. People are born with certain, natural innate abilities or characteristics, traits that we should use to do the things that we're doing in life. We want to be successful, and you can't live outside of who you are, right? And that's all good. But what we need to understand is that we are not limited. We are not limited to what we were born as. We were not limited to a certain set of characteristics that we were born as. If you have like this fixed mindset that they describe, you're basically saying that failure is kind of the limit of your abilities, right? So when you fail, it was because you couldn't do that. You didn't know how. You weren't able. You didn't have the ability to do so, okay? And that's where I think the fixed mindset becomes a problem, because now suddenly you're limiting to yourself. You're limiting your borders, your horizon, to what you can physically accomplish within yourself, okay? Whereas in the growth mindset, which we're going to get into in a minute, there's a different application or a different way we would approach that. All right. The fixed mindset kind of limits you at, what you think you're good at, or what you naturally are good at, or it's just natural for you to do certain things. You say things like, either I'm good at it or I'm not, either I can do it or I can't. You don't like to be challenged. You just kind of like to kind of have your ducks in a row. You want to, if things kind of throw you out of your comfort zone, you get a little frustrated. And when you get frustrated, you give up, and that's where big problems come in. You just stick to what you know. And that's where big problems come in, because you might be a master of one or two things, but as you all know, as we all know, especially in 2020, COVID and everything else, life sometimes throws things at us that aren't within the constraints or the confines of our little bubble, okay? We have got to be adaptable. We have got to be able to be moldable. We have got to be able to roll with the punches, as they say. We've got to be able to flow and adapt to the things that life brings us. You may be perfectly healthy today and able to get up and walk out the door, and tomorrow might change, and God forbid, but you don't know what tomorrow holds. So having this mentality that this is what I do no matter what, it's going to make you really good at some things, but it's going to make you miss out on a lot of things, right? So we want to kind of be adaptable. And that brings us to what we're talking about with this growth mindset. It really, rather in the growth mindset, rather than saying failure is the limit of my abilities. In other words, where what I couldn't do, that's where I failed. You would now look at it as failure is kind of like an opportunity to grow, right? Failure isn't looked at as a negative thing anymore. Like, oh, I messed up, or I wasn't able to. Now it's kind of like failure becomes this thing where, okay, this is what I failed at. Now, either I'm going to learn something to become better, or I'm going to surround myself with people or other tools or whatever that can make up for my deficiency. So like the growth mindset really is, it's a whole new way of looking at it. Right now, there are no losses, only lessons. Now there is no failure. There's just opportunities to grow. And so the growth mindset says there is some things that I'm good at. There are some things that I was born to do. Okay. But if there is an opportunity presented to me outside of that, I'm not going to negate it. I'm not going to let it go because it doesn't fall within my comfort zone. What I'm going to do is either I'm going to adapt and become better, or I'm going to surround myself with people, tools, and systems that allow me to be up to par, allow me to step up to the plate and maximize and capitalize on every opportunity that comes my way. The problem with the growth mindset, because there's, pros and cons to everything. The problem with the growth mindset is most of the time we don't know how to say no. And that's where if you have a growth mindset, you have got to learn to say no sometimes. You've got to learn that, hey, not every opportunity is for me. See, the growth mindset, naturally, we want to take everything and go for it. But what we have to do is we have to train ourselves and teach ourselves that the growth mindset is not going to be that I can capitalize on every opportunity because I can stretch myself too thin. But what it is going to do is it's going to help me to capitalize on every opportunity that is good for me. I'm not going to go out of my way and do things that are going to take away from things that I've already got going on. If I'm really good at, or if I have a great investment going on here, I'm not going to do something that conflicts with this investment, right? There's conflict of interest, and that is one of the biggest flaws of the growth mindset, is that we don't know how to say no, okay? We have this, it's a great outlook, and I think it's the better of the two, to be able to have a thing that says, I can learn to do anything, right? I may not naturally be great at this, but I'll figure it out. I'll learn it, and I'll become great at it. If it means that I can attain my goals, if it means that I can do the things that are my why, my family, my ministry, right? These things that we've talked about over the years. The growth mindset says, I'll adapt, I'll change, I'll learn, I'll grow, I'll do what it takes because my why is that important. But we also have to have that other side that says, I have to learn when to say no, because if not, I'll stretch myself too thin and I'll spend all of my time and energy attaining the why and then not enjoying the why itself. I'll say that again. If we don't know how to say no, we'll spend all of our time attaining the why and then not enjoying the why itself. You don't know what your why is, go back and watch that video. We talked about that. So what I want to help you understand today, guys, is you can put all the effort you want into things. You can put every ounce of effort and strength that you have. And if you're naturally good at something, it's going to take you far. If you're naturally good at recognizing patterns and you just have that keen eye that can see things in the charts, that's good. That's awesome. Okay? But what about when it comes to risk management? Oh, that's natural. That's not naturally in my skill set. Right? Oh, I'm naturally a gambler, so I kind of take risks, and it's kind of the problem is we need to be well balanced. So if you have a fixed mindset that says I can't change, I have a few skills, or these are the abilities that I have, and I'm not really looking to kind of expand that, or this, I stick to what I know. So you have two options if that's you. Either one, you can change that, and you can start forming into this growth mindset. Start training yourself to become a growth thinker, somebody who can expand, or surround yourself with people who can, right? The other option, don't do this kind of thing. Forex ain't for you. Because if it's not within the skill sets that you have, you're going to end up doing really good at certain parts of it, and you're going to do really bad at certain parts of it. And you're going to be a 50-50 trader. You're going to lose. You're not going to do well. So what I'm telling you is, and if you don't want to be like the 90-something% of traders that fail, the retail traders that fail, you have to adapt. You have to grow. You have to become a better, greater, stronger, more committed to the things that encompass Forex trading in order to be successful and well balanced. Anybody can get a good strategy, but if you don't have good risk management, you're going to win with that strategy, and then when losses come, you're going to blow your account. Some of you may be great at risk management. Man, I have a full balance and all this stuff, but you can't figure out how to trade. You can't figure out how to recognize support and resistance, right? So you kind of have this one skill set, but you haven't adapted into the other. What you got to do is you got to grow. You got to surround yourself with people that are going to help you in the areas that you're not good at. You got to start watching videos. You've got to start training. You got to surround yourself with information and training that's going to help you to become a well-balanced, well-rounded Forex trader. That is where you're going to have success. Me, I'm great at being able to find a strategy. I'm awesome at being able to recognize, opportunities for growth. That was something that came natural to me. But risk management was not, because I'm naturally a risk taker. For me, I was kind of the guy that wanted to hit a home run. I'm like, looking, man, this looks like a good trade. Why don't I go ahead and go all in on this one? That was who I was. I had to adapt that. So what I did, I surrounded myself with people who were naturally good at risk management, people that were very good with numbers, people that were very good with accounting and bookkeeping, and those type of people are going to be great for you if you're not good at risk management. So that's what I did. I surrounded myself with those type of people who could help me to kind of put a cap on the risk that I take. And now I've mastered that. Now, over the course of the last 5 or 6 years, I've mastered that. And now I'm great at risk management. And I wasn't naturally, it's that I grew into being great at risk management. And now between my risk management, my money management, and my Forex strategy, I have this perfect triangle, if you would, of Forex trading that makes me successful and profitable in the market. So I would encourage you, let's get out of that fixed mindset that says this is my skill sets and these are my character traits and this is who I am and nothing's going to change. Get out of that, right? Keep the good things that you're good at and build on them, but transfer over, train yourself, surround yourself with entrepreneurial people that are going to encourage you and help you to kind of break that cycle, and you're going to be able to kind of form yourself into this growth mindset that says, I may not be good at it now, but I can learn. Or I may not be good at it now, but I'm going to surround myself with people who are good at it so that together we can win. Or I'm going to surround myself with tools and trainings and classes that are going to teach me how to be better at what I'm not good at. Because at the end of the day, my why is why I trade. Family, occupation, recreation, mission, whatever that is for you. That's why I trade. And it's not about the skill. It's not about the money. It's not about this. I do all that so I can have my why, right? So whatever it takes, if I have to adapt to make sure my family's okay, I'll adapt. If I have to adapt or change to make sure I don't have to punch a clock the rest of my life, I'll adapt. I'll change. If I've got, you understand what I'm saying? Do what it takes to become great at this skill set. And if it doesn't come natural to you, that doesn't mean you have to give up. It just means that you have to adapt and change and mold and just kind of surround yourself with people, systems, tools that are going to help you to become better and hide essentially your deficiencies. All right. So guys, fixed mindset, growth mindset. Which one are you? Which one are you? All right, guys, there you have it. I hope this video was a blessing to you. Mindset, guys, mindset. Fixed or growth? Who are you, right? How can you adapt? How can you grow? How can you be better? That's what this is all about. All right, guys, so what I want to do is I want you to take this comment section and let's use this so I can try to maybe add a little bit of value. Maybe I can help a little bit. Let's talk in the comment section. Are you a fixed mindset? Are you a growth mindset? How is that played into your Forex trading? All right, so let's talk about that. Let me answer some questions. What questions do you have about going from being fixed to being a growth mindset? I did that in certain areas and I would love to pass that on to you. All right, so comment below. Let me know how I can help you. Let's talk about this mindset thing, and I believe it'll be a blessing to you. Back to the why, if you want to know about the why and you want to kind of watch that video, I want you to watch this video right here because I promise you it will help you tremendously in helping you identify your why. Don't forget, like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you on the next video.